Thunder take game 1. Suck on that, Lakers.
Oh, yeah!
Up. The movie with lots of balloons and a big disappointment. I went into Up thinking, okay, Pixar's coming out with another movie. This movie's gonna rock. And there were parts of Up that rocked and parts that did not. The parts that did. Okay, the movie started off when they're really little and the dude meets this girl and they like each other and they end up getting married. I mean, it's this awesome love story for like 8 minutes, okay? You really, really are digging this love story. And then like 10 minutes into the movie, she's dead. And the love story is gone. And you're like, okay, they successfully created the greatest love story to ever hit the screen and killed it off in 10 minutes. Academy Award for short film. And then you got the rest of the movie. It just didn't seem to live up to that opening scene, okay? So the opening a little bit, boom, you got the love story. Then you got the old grandpa in his house. And he's a great character, okay? All the characters in this movie are awesome. All Pixar characters are always awesome. They nailed it again for that. But you got the grandpa, and he's kind of a jerk to everybody that comes by. The kid comes in, wanting help. The kid is awesome. You really like the way they talk together. But you kind of get this depressed feeling through this whole movie. And then the guy builds the balloon thing, it flies off. I hope you can fall asleep in this movie, so this is not spoiling anything. They get to the place-ish where they're trying to go. They meet things, they meet the dog is awesome. Props to that dude. That was really awesome. I could listen to that dog all day long. And then, squirrel! And then you got the balloon house landing on a place. You got the evil villain. The evil villain was awesome, but I didn't like how dark he was. He just seemed a little too dark for a kid's movie. And maybe Pixar's not going for as much kids stuff as they were. I mean, his evil dog was really cool. So again, the characters are great. I didn't like the feeling of the film. So you got, it's going on, it's kind of depressing. The end of the movie is just sad to me. I got done and I was like, this is a pretty sad movie. I don't like feeling sad at the end of a Pixar movie. I will say that it started great, ended okay. And if you knew it was going to be a sad movie going into it, it's a great film. There's things I really liked about it. Obviously, the characters I really liked. The way that the characters interacted was all good. And if this was not a Pixar film, this would be an awesome movie. Okay, if Pixar was not a company and some company came out with Up and was like, hey, here's an animated movie, it would be one of the best animated movies ever made. But considering it has to live up to the name of Toy Story and Ratatouille and Monsters, Inc., you just can't do it. Those were just so good of movies that they just couldn't live up to that name, in my opinion. So I was a little disappointed with that. If you put it up against any DreamWorks film, it probably wins almost every one of them. Beats every one of them. It's that good. But in comparison to the Pixar films, I would say it's not as good. That's the only thing I have with it. I did not like the fact that there were no big voice actors in this movie. You had Christopher Plummer, and he was the only guy on the list of actors that I even knew who he was. All the other Pixar movies, especially like Toy Story, Monsters, Inc. had a ton of names. I mean, you got all these big time actors, Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, stuff like that. This one's got Christopher Plummer, and that's it. You kind of need better names, in my opinion. I just like hearing Seth Rogen's voice, or somebody like that. That's hilarious. They did good jobs, but that's just a little problem I had with it. I really didn't not like anything about this movie, other than the fact that it was sad. But there was nothing in this movie that was like, man, that was a great film. I probably will not buy this movie because I don't care to see it again. There were things it just wasn't Pixar to me. Now, I will give props to the director. There were 2 directors in this movie. The first one, he's only done Monsters, Inc. was the only movie he did up to this point. And the other director, this was the first movie he ever did. So, good job for that. I mean, like I said, if it wasn't a Pixar film, that was a great movie. So overall, I will say the quality of this movie is a 9 out of 10. Solid movie. Likability, I gave it a 7 out of 10. So I liked it enough to watch it, but it's not my top 35 favorite animated movies of all time. I mean, it's just never going to make that list because the feeling I got when I was done with the movie was sad and depressing. So, I mean, if you like that, you might enjoy this movie if you have not seen it yet. I mean, I'm guessing you've probably seen this movie. Everybody's seen Up. So, I would like to see what Brave is like when it comes out, because are they going the more Up Wall-E take, because I didn't like either one of those movies, or are they going back to their old school? And it's feeling more like the first of the two, but we'll see. Please leave a comment below. What's your favorite Pixar movie of all time? I would have to say The Incredibles is my favorite of all time, and Toy Story is right up there too, and Monsters, Inc., and A Bug's Life, and Cars, and every other movie but WALL-E and Up. Yeah, that well, covers it. So, what's your favorite? Let me know. Please subscribe as normal. Hit the like button if you liked this video, whichever side it's on. I think it's that side. If you didn't like the video, then don't click the like button. Have a great time. Laters.